And sometimes it's hard to hear.
Her eyes were moist too.
When she said, "I'm sorry, I love you," yeah, we thought they had a turning point in St. Thomas. Like by the time we got back, things were very different. Than the energy, Destiny had by the time we got back was different than what we thought we saw while we were there.
The rise and fall of Kimmi and Maurice Scott, a love story unraveled. In the world of reality television, few couples have captivated audiences quite like Kimmi and Maurice Scott from Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Their relationship was often portrayed as the epitome of stability amidst the drama surrounding other cast members. However, recent events have revealed that their seemingly perfect union was more fragile than it appeared. The announcement of their divorce sent shockwaves through fans and the media alike. To understand the complexities of their relationship, it's essential to delve into the events that led to this unexpected turn. When Kimmi and Maurice first appeared on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, they quickly became fan favorites. Their chemistry was undeniable, and many admired their ability to navigate the challenges of marriage while building successful careers. Viewers saw them as a beacon of hope, a couple that could weather any storm together.
I think some of the stuff needs to be addressed. Like all that extra behind the scene talking with your friends and all that, and you can't say it to a person. Yeah, that's like, yeah, you need to say it to them.
However, as the seasons progressed, subtle changes began to emerge. The couple's interactions, once filled with warmth and affection, started to feel more strained. While some attributed this to the pressures of reality television, others sensed deeper issues at play. In one of the most personal revelations on the show, Kimmi shared her diagnosis of stage 2 breast cancer. This news was not only a shock to her family and friends, but also to her fans who had come to know her as a strong and resilient woman. Despite the challenges of chemotherapy and the physical toll it took on her body, Kimmi chose to continue filming, believing that her journey could inspire others facing similar battles. Throughout her treatment, Maurice stood by her side, offering support and encouragement. However, as Kimmi's health improved and she entered remission, the dynamics between the couple began to shift. Maurice expressed dissatisfaction with their intimacy, a topic that became a focal point in their relationship. In interviews, he openly discussed his frustrations, stating that he felt neglected and that their sex life had suffered due to Kimmi's illness. Kimmi, on the other hand, revealed that she often faked intimacy to avoid conflict, fearing that Maurice might seek affection elsewhere. This revelation highlighted a significant emotional disconnect between the two, raising questions about the foundation of their relationship. As the seasons of Love and Marriage, Huntsville progressed, fans began to notice a growing emotional distance between Kimmi and Maurice. Their conversations, once filled with warmth and understanding, became more transactional.
How are you guys doing today? To be honest with you guys, we've kind of had a little rough start to the beginning of this week. I saw that Marceau went live yesterday, and he's sitting over there gloating and everything about some of the notoriety that he's gained because of the fight that happened on Love and Marriage Huntsville over the weekend. Even though it was kind of embarrassing, I wanted to be very clear about what actually happened during that fight and the events that led up to it. There's a lot that you guys didn't see. However, in the moment that I acted, I was acting to protect the situation, protect my brother from further harm. And what I will tell you is I wanted to really protect Dr. Adara Collins' work because Martell was going to slap the teeth out of his mouth.
Maurice's responses often lacked empathy, focusing more on logic and reasoning rather than emotional support. Kimmi, in contrast, expressed feelings of being overwhelmed and unsupported, yet her concerns seemed to go unheard. In therapy sessions, where couples typically seek to understand and support each other, Maurice's demeanor remained distant. He appeared more interested in defending his actions than in addressing the emotional needs of his wife. This behavior led many fans to question his commitment to the relationship and his understanding of the challenges Kimmi was facing. The tipping point came when Kimmi, in a candid moment on the show, admitted that she no longer felt like a priority in her marriage. This admission was not made in anger but with a profound sense of sadness and resignation. She expressed feeling alone, not just during her battle with cancer but throughout much of their marriage. This revelation was a wake-up call for many, signaling that the issues in their relationship were deeper than previously thought. In the aftermath, whispers began circulating about Maurice's behavior off-camera. Rumors of late-night outings and interactions with other women raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about his fidelity. While nothing was confirmed, the timing of these rumors coincided with Kimmi's increased withdrawal from social media, leading many to believe that she was distancing herself from the relationship. When Kimmi filed for divorce, it was not a decision made in haste. She had communicated her feelings and concerns for years, but her words often fell on deaf ears.
I promise you, I told you before we started, like, we can't keep doing reunions without seeing all these wonderful behind the scenes, all these wonderful confessional comments that are made, because some of those need to be addressed. And some stuff, when we do the reunion early, we haven't seen half the stuff. You know, people will see these clips and be like, "Ooh, they gonna eat Kimmi up at the reunion." No, they not, because we didn't even know they said it, girl. Like, no, they not. We need to be able to see all the stuff that people got to say when they're not in your face.
The filing was a culmination of years of emotional neglect and unmet needs. Maurice, upon learning of the divorce, was reportedly blindsided. He reached out to Kimmi through texts, calls, and even showed up unannounced at her door, pleading for another chance. However, Kimmi remained resolute in her decision, stating that she needed to prioritize her well-being and self-love. In a final attempt to salvage their relationship, Maurice arranged a private dinner where he presented Kimmi with a handwritten letter, apologizing for his past actions and expressing a willingness to attend couples therapy.
I'm gonna protect my peace, but this has been on my heart. This has been weighing on my heart because I didn't know that this was a big deal.
Kimmi's response was simple yet profound: "I love you, but I have to love myself more." This statement underscored her journey of self-discovery and the importance of self-care. Just when it seemed the situation couldn't become more complicated, a woman identified only as T came forward with allegations against Maurice. She claimed to have had an emotional connection with him during a rough patch in his marriage to Kimmi. Screenshots of messages and a blurry photo of Maurice and the woman at a lounge were shared online, sparking outrage among fans. The nature of their interactions, though not explicitly physical, raised questions about Maurice's commitment to his marriage. In response, Maurice denied the allegations, stating that he had never disrespected his wife. However, his quick deletion of the post only fueled further speculation. Kimmi, for her part, chose not to engage publicly, letting her actions speak louder than words. In the days following the allegations and the growing media frenzy, Kimmi took a series of deliberate actions that spoke volumes. She unfollowed Maurice on social media, removed all photos of them together, and eventually went completely silent online. This digital blackout was her way of reclaiming her space and asserting control over her narrative. Her silence was not one of defeat but of strength and self-preservation. By withdrawing from the public eye, she sent a clear message that she was no longer willing to be a part of a narrative that did not serve. As the dust settles around the shocking divorce of Kimmi and Maurice Scott, one thing has become crystal clear: this wasn't just about a marriage ending, it was about a woman reclaiming her peace, her identity, and her power. Kimmi didn't leave in a storm of bitterness. She didn't lash out or expose private details for views or attention. Instead, she exited the relationship with the same strength and quiet dignity that she carried through her most difficult battles, including her fight with breast cancer. Her silence, her calm demeanor, and her thoughtful moves all spoke louder than any reality show confession ever could. We watched her transformation unfold in real time. When the couple's once affectionate social media posts faded away, it wasn't just about fewer selfies or missing hashtags, it was a reflection of a woman beginning to recenter her life around herself. As the emotional gap between her and Maurice grew, so did her clarity. While the world watched hoping they would reconcile, Kimmi was learning to listen to the part of her heart that no longer wanted to beg to be seen. And when the final straw came, when she quietly filed for divorce, Maurice didn't see it coming. Like many, he underestimated the resolve of a woman who had spent years asking for more. By the time he realized what he had lost, she had already made peace with walking away. His handwritten apologies, his promises to change, his pleas for one more chance, they all came too late. Not because Kimmi was unforgiving, but because she had finally chosen herself. And that's what this story ultimately comes down to: self-worth. Kimmi's journey is a reminder that loving someone else should never come at the cost of losing yourself. She gave Maurice grace, patience, time, and transparency. And when none of that was enough, she chose to stop performing strength for others and instead embody it for herself. Even as whispers of infidelity swirled and speculation around Maurice's alleged behavior filled gossip blogs, Kimmi didn't engage. She didn't confirm, deny, or feed into the chaos. Her silence wasn't weakness, it was power. And when she moved to legally protect her peace, requesting confidentiality clauses and even setting boundaries around Maurice's future appearances on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, it was clear that she wasn't just ending a marriage. She was building new emotional walls around her healing and refusing to let the cameras capitalize on her pain anymore. Some say Maurice fumbled the most loyal woman on reality TV. Others believe Kimmi held on too long. But no matter which side of that line you fall on, what can't be denied is this: Kimmi walked away from a marriage that no longer served her, not in anger, but in growth. She didn't just leave a husband, she walked back to herself. Now, Kimmi's journey is unfolding off camera. She's choosing peace over performance, clarity over chaos, and authenticity over appearances. She's showing us what it means to let go of what no longer fits, even if it once felt like forever. So the real question isn't whether Maurice deserves a second chance. It's whether Kimmi ever truly got the first one. And as for Kimmi, she's not just surviving, she's thriving. Quietly. Intentionally. Powerfully. Let me know in the comments, do you think Maurice can redeem himself? Or was Kimmi's decision the bold and necessary move for a woman finally choosing herself? Let's talk about it below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real talk on your favorite reality stories. Until next time, stay strong, stay real, and never forget your worth. Let me know in the comments, do you think Maurice can redeem himself? Or was Kimmi's decision the bold and necessary move for a woman finally choosing herself? Let's talk about it below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real talk on your favorite reality stories. Until next time, stay strong, stay real, and never forget your worth.